Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Aman Singh. I'm from Christ University, Kangiri campus, currently pursuing BTech in Computer Science and Engineering, CSC core. So my Samsung capstone project is field scope, which means we'll be detecting at the seedling stage itself, we'll be detecting if that particular crop is a actual crop or a weed. So it's very helpful for farmer as in during the initial stage of the seedling, the weed and the crop are way too similar. So with the naked eyes of humans, we cannot detect if that particular thing is a weed or a crop. So we are using a particular model which I have trained using the efficient and B node. So on top of that, I have trained this. I'll show you my collab. Yeah, so we had 12 classes. Out of that, we had 3 groups and 9 weeks. So I've trained based on that. So this was my data. So my data was a bit fluctuating. So what I had done to improve the accuracy of this particular model, before giving these particular images, what I have done is to remove the background images using the HSV segmentation. So we are not giving this particular data. I am filtering this data using the HSV segmentation. I'll show you how we have done that. So we have used a green mask to remove all the things which are not green, and we are getting a only green images. So I'm feeding this particular data to my model and not the one which was given. So I'm putting a HSV segmentation and filtering my data and training on that particular data. So I have received pretty good efficiency with this particular technique, and around 97% is my confidence level of this model. So, all right. Yeah, so this was my data. I had 12 species of, we can detect around 12 species, which are like we have 3 crops and 9 of them are weeds. So, what the model learning techniques which I have used, 12 classes, 224 into 224 is the resolution which I'm scaling down my particular image which I'm receiving. Uh, then I have used efficient net VNode as my base model. So on top of that, I'm training my data. And yeah, so in the phase one, we are frozen our back one and then training the data. And in phase two, what we are doing is we are unfreezing and then fine tuning the models and then also lowering the learning rate. Now we can also add a phase three where we can more lower the learning rate and increase it to 98% of the accuracy. Um, so I have used 2 different AI techniques, which are one for the prediction enrichment and another one for the pharma chatbot. So the first one I'm calling from the Google API, AI Studio, and the second one I'm calling from the Open Router. I'm calling 2 different APIs because so that we can stop the credits and all. I'm using the free tier, so if I'm calling from the one board, so I'm exhausting all my credits over there. So and I also hard coded for fallback statements so that when AI is not responding, it will go to the systematic fallback which it has already been trained on. Yeah, so first we how the structure of the app website goes like this. We upload the image, then it resizes it to 224 and 224 RGB. Then we go to the HSV mask. So HSV mask, what we are currently doing is if the image is the greener the image, so if the greenness of the image is less than 2%, so we are discarding it and setting it to the fallback statement and going with the original standard format. Then you have processing with the efficient, the model which you have trained on. Then you have the AI instrument responses. So for model training, we have used Google Colab and APIs I'm getting from the Open Router and what do you call it, Google Studio. And yeah, I have done the SSL certificate for the Open AI Open Router. we're working on the project right now. So here we can upload the particular image and it will analyze if that particular image, plant or the seedling is a crop or a weed. So yeah, so it analyzes it's a maze. So it will give all the agronomic. So it will give all the details of that particular crop and give the agronomical plan of what is to be done. And yeah, it will tell you about the immediate actions and the follow-up monitoring of what how then we have the farmer recommendation on the left hand side to help the farmer. And if this particular information is not enough, the farmer can ask to the chatbot. So we have asked which soil is best for maize, so it will be answering. And if we don't try maize, we can also ask which is yeah, so it will automatically analyze from the picture which you have given. So what it does is it analyzes with the chatbot. So when the first API key is running, so it takes all the data from that particular key and sends it to the second API key. So we are running the chatbot from second API key. So we have all the information which is displayed on based on that particular image. Yeah, so this was field scope. Thank you.